Don't let a quiet morning fool you, because parts of the United States could see dangerous weather build rapidly this afternoon. Severe thunderstorms, damaging winds, heavy rain and flash flooding are possible across a large stretch of the country, while dangerous heat continues across the south. And tonight, some storms could remain active long after sunset. Here's what you need to know before you make your plans today. Good morning, everyone. Friday is bringing another complicated summer weather pattern across the United States. There are two major stories today. The first is strong to severe thunderstorms moving from the central high plains toward parts of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, and Mid-Atlantic. The second is dangerous heat across the south central and southeastern United States. And depending on where you live, today's weather could look completely different from just a few hundred miles away. Central High Plain, storms developing. Let's begin across the Central High Plain. Parts of Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, and surrounding areas could see thunderstorms develop during the afternoon. As storms form and move eastward, some of the stronger cells may produce large hail, damaging wind gusts, frequent lightning, and very heavy rainfall. The atmosphere will be warm and unstable, meaning storms can strengthen quickly once they get going. If you're traveling through this region this afternoon, don't wait until a storm is directly overhead before checking the radar. A storm that looks isolated on the horizon can become much stronger within a short period of time. Midwest, another active weather day. Now let's move toward the Midwest. After the severe weather that caused major damage across parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio earlier this week, residents have another reason to remain weather aware. Some areas could see additional thunderstorms today. The main threats will include damaging winds, heavy rainfall, lightning, and localized flooding. Communities that are already dealing with saturated ground, damaged trees, or power infrastructure should be especially careful. Heavy rain falling over already wet ground can create flooding much faster than normal. And if you're driving today, remember the rule: turn around, don't drown. Never attempt to cross moving floodwater. Ohio Valley, watch the afternoon sky. Further east, the Ohio Valley is another important zone. Parts of Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia, and nearby states could see thunderstorms develop during the afternoon and evening. Some storms may organize into stronger clusters. The biggest concerns are damaging wind gusts and heavy rainfall, with hail and dangerous lightning also possible. A storm doesn't have to produce a tornado to become dangerous. Straight-line winds can bring down trees and power lines, while torrential rain can make roads nearly impossible to navigate. Mid-Atlantic, storms could arrive later. Moving into the Mid-Atlantic, thunderstorms are expected to become more likely during the afternoon and evening. Areas around Pennsylvania, Maryland, Virginia, West Virginia, and surrounding locations could experience scattered storms. Some storms may become strong enough to produce damaging wind gusts, intense rainfall, and frequent lightning. If you have outdoor plans this Friday, keep a backup plan ready. Don't rely on blue skies early in the day. The most important part of the forecast may arrive later in the afternoon. Northeast, a few strong storms possible. Across parts of the Northeast, the weather will be more variable. Some areas may remain relatively quiet, while scattered afternoon thunderstorms develop. The strongest storms could bring sudden heavy rain, gusty winds, and dangerous lightning. If you're heading to the beach, a park, a sporting event, or any outdoor activity, remember that lightning can travel far from the center of a storm. When thunder is audible, it's time to move indoors. South, dangerous heat remains. Now let's move to the biggest non-storm threat of the day. Across Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and surrounding areas, dangerous heat continues. High temperatures will once again climb into the upper 90s and triple digits in many locations. And because humidity remains high, the heat index could feel significantly hotter than the actual temperature. This is not just uncomfortable weather. For people working outdoors, older adults, young children, and anyone without reliable cooling, prolonged exposure can become dangerous. Drink water regularly. Take breaks in air conditioning or shade, and avoid strenuous outdoor activity during the hottest part of the afternoon. NOAA's latest outlook continues to highlight hazardous heat across portions of the central and southern plains, Mississippi Valley, and southeast. Southwest, monsoon storms. Across Arizona, New Mexico, and the Four Corners region, monsoon moisture continues to create afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Some storms could produce intense rainfall, dangerous lightning, and strong wind gusts. The biggest concern is sudden flash flooding. Dry washes, canyons, canyons and low-lying areas can fill with water extremely quickly. And remember, the storm producing the flooding may be miles away from where you are standing. Never drive around a barricade and never enter moving floodwater. West Coast. Much of the Pacific Coast will remain comparatively calmer today. California, Oregon, and Washington should generally see quieter conditions than the central and eastern portions of the country. However, heat remains a concern across parts of the interior West. Tonight's forecast. Now let's look at tonight. Thunderstorms that develop across the high plains, Midwest, and Ohio Valley could continue into the evening. Some storms may weaken after sunset, but others could remain capable of producing heavy rain, damaging wind gusts, and dangerous lightning. As storms move toward the mid-Atlantic, additional thunderstorms could develop during the evening hours. Heavy rainfall could create localized flooding, especially where storms repeatedly move across the same area. Across the south, temperatures will slowly fall after sunset, but the night will remain warm and humid. And across the southwest, isolated monsoon thunderstorms could linger into the evening before becoming more scattered later tonight. Early Saturday morning. By early Saturday morning, some of tonight's thunderstorms should begin to weaken, but leftover showers and storms could still affect parts of the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and nearby areas. Wet roads, standing water, and reduced visibility could make the morning commute difficult in some locations. Meanwhile, the South will wake up to another hot and humid day, with heat building quickly after sunrise. The big weather message. Central high plains. Strong storms with hail and damaging winds are possible. Midwest. Additional thunderstorms and heavy rain could create flooding concerns. Ohio Valley. Strong storms, damaging winds, and intense rainfall remain possible. Mid-Atlantic. Afternoon and evening thunderstorms could become locally severe. South. Dangerous heat and humidity continue. Southwest. Monsoon storms may trigger sudden flash flooding. And here's the most important thing to remember today. The danger may not be visible when you first step outside. The morning could look completely normal. The sky could be bright. But by afternoon, a rapidly developing thunderstorm could bring dangerous winds, lightning, and flooding. So keep your weather alerts on. Check radar before traveling. Have a safe place ready if severe weather approaches. And never drive through floodwater. One calm-looking afternoon can change in minutes, so don't wait for the storm to arrive before you get prepared. Stay safe, stay weather aware, and keep watching the forecast throughout Friday and tonight.